I'm Patrick LeBlanc, and I'm with the Bridging the Gap Foundation. A couple weeks ago, we went to Clyde Warren Park, and just randomly walking through the park, we went up to black men and we asked them to finish this statement. Black men don't. And here's what we got.
Black men don't tell their friends that they love them.
They don't tell their friends. You mean other men?
Other men, yes. I think they're afraid to be vulnerable. I think that's what that is.
And what do you think makes us have that fear of vulnerability?
Probably it goes back to the way they were raised, like how the homes that they grew up in. Maybe their model home didn't have that vulnerability, and maybe "I love you" wasn't said a lot. It could be a lot of things.
A lot of black men they don't go to the doctor as frequently.
They don't go to the doctor. Why do you think that is?
A lot of men are scared. For whatever reason, health is a big issue nowadays, and some people are worried about what the diagnosis is going to come.
Oh, yeah.
So, but it's been embedded into a lot of men growing up that, it may seem a little weak. What you need to go to the doctor for, you right, you working out, you eat good. But no, we still need to check up. Doctors, dentists, a lot of men are scared. Black men are scared to go visit that.
But you mentioned that we don't want to know the diagnosis, but wouldn't it be better for our families to find out early?
It would be, but it's a mind thing.
Okay.
So they're thinking about the negative side of it first, not knowing going to get checked is going to benefit them in the long run. They're looking at the bad side of it before they look at the good, what it's going to do, how it's going to help them in the long run. So it's a mind thing. So they're psyching themselves out before a good process. So it's like, oh no, this is gonna probably come out bad. I don't want them to say this, but dude, it's gonna help you in the long run because they can say, hey, this is how we could treat this, this is how we could treat that. It's just the answers they don't want to know. That's what it is.
Ask for help.
They don't ask for help.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's more of a pride thing. Some men are too prideful. Some men don't want to be judged. Some men probably don't want people are in their business, I'm assuming. And sometimes they don't like constructive criticism for the issues that they're struggling with.
What kind of judgment do you think that they're afraid of getting?
Corrective judgment.
Corrective judgment.
Yes. Telling them what they should do. I think men have an issue with being told what to do. So that's why they don't really seek help.
I guess express their feelings.
Express their feelings. Why do you think we're afraid to do that?
Because sometimes you gotta be strong, so you don't want to look like you wear your feelings on your shoulders, and or a woman can use it against you, or other people can use it against you, and we don't want to feel that. So we're trying to be strong because we got to be tougher.
Don't want to be vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, it's sad that society, has done that to make us think that our feelings will be used against me. But I'm glad you said that. But how do you think? Can we do anything to change that as black men?
I ain't gonna lie, I got a couple friends that go to therapy and they said it's the best thing.
Really?
Yeah, black males.
So they say therapy is actually helping them?
Yeah, he said it get them through a lot.
Okay, cool. All right, man, well, thank you for your time.
Oh, you welcome.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, we do not seek mental health when we need it.
And why do you think we don't seek mental health?
It's a stigma of many people think you're weak if you look for mental health.
Okay. And is that stigma, is it true in your opinion?
I don't believe it's true. I just think it's just part of our culture. It's what we do, yeah.
The African American culture?
Well, men in general, actually.
Okay. Is it even more so for us as black men?
But more so us, yes.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm glad you said that, man, because so many people are unaware of the detriment that can be to our families.
People are afraid to ask for help when they need it, and you see it all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Discriminate.
They don't discriminate. All right, why would you say that?
I think we see people as equal. We don't see color. And I think we have nothing but love in our heart.
I love that. What you think, Brandon?
They don't authentically express themselves.
They don't?
They don't.
Why do you think they don't?
Because you can't. The stigma and just trying to fight what people believe about you, people think about you, and just kind of always being guarded because your authentic self isn't always accepted. So you put a mask on when you communicate anything.
I like that when you say we put a mask on. And you know, and so many times in our society as black men, we think we gotta wear a mask. Simply because we don't want people to see how authentic we are, or transparent we can be. So it's amazing that you said that. Is it every time we gotta take the mask off though?
And sometimes you want to take the mask off at home. The only time I feel like black men really takes the mask off is when he with his people, with it like his boys. You can't take it off at home because your woman judge you, hold to a certain standard where you can't really even be yourself in that way. You gotta always kind of cater to your girl, happy wife, happy life. So it's really not always ever about you.
We're trying to keep her happy.
Yes, which is why people like to hang with their boys so much.
In 2019, statistics that I got from the North Texas Behavioral Health Authority showed this, that between 2019 and 2020, there was a 6% increase in death by suicide from only one demographic. That demographic being African American and brown males. Only one demographic in the entire county of Dallas County saw an increase in death by suicide. 6% between brown and black males in Dallas County. That's why we went to the park to ask this question. Black men don't like to be vulnerable. It's scary. It makes you feel like unprotected. How a lot of times we are raised in our society, we're supposed to be, armor. We're supposed to be, strength. But being vulnerable puts us in a position of having to not be that strength, having to not be that protector. And a lot of times that pushes a lot of black men from actually connecting with whatever feeling that they're feeling. If it's not a comfortable feeling where there's anger or, power, we don't know how to react to it. Vulnerability allows us to connect to that feeling, but a lot of times, as I said, as stated before, it's scary and kind of like sometimes terrifying.
When I think about black men don't, I could come up with a plethora of responses. Two stand out. One, in speaking for myself, I think I don't do enough self-inspection. We grow up with a lot of shame, guilt, and remorse for whatever reason. We are reserved in our thought and appreciation of ourselves. We don't want to acknowledge weakness. We don't want to recognize need for self-improvement because that says there's already a problem. We just accept that this is the way it is and I'm going to do the best I can by myself without any help, without anybody else. And in the end, the result of that is not maximized.
Now we've talked about why black men don't and what they don't do, but here's a reason why black men should especially seek out therapy. The black man in almost every community is really the cornerstone of, number one, his family. And because of those statistics that we saw earlier, I believe that it's essential that we do what we can to protect our black men. So black men, I'm just asking you. Black women, I'm asking you. Black families, I'm asking you. That if you know someone that is having any kind of mental health problem, mental health issue, mental health challenge, however you want to categorize it, let's get them connected to a culturally competent therapist. And the Bridging the Gap Foundation, we can help you to do that. There are tons of resources out here, and hey, I want you to be better. I want you to do what you need to do to protect your house. And that way, you can also protect our community. Now you protect our neighborhood. Now you protect our city. Now you protect our state. And we'll be able to protect our country. God bless.